Hello everyone, Kingdom Kid here with another update video. Here we are done with the first 3 months of March, which is kind of crazy to believe if you think about it, like how much we are done with March right now. It's crazy. Or the first 3 months, well, March also, but yeah. The first 3 months were very packed loaded with video games, and a lot of them are probably going to be it's going to be hard. Like, this is probably going to be another year where it's going to be hard to like rank a top 10 for later in the year, at the end of the year. But this month had some good stuff, or this first quarter had some good stuff, so let's talk about some of that stuff first. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, there's not really much coming out in the second quarter that's interesting to me, or interesting in the fact that it's like, I don't know if it'll be a Let's Play or live streams or anything like that. So I'm going to go over the first 3 months, and then we'll go over the next 3 months right now. This is what I normally do. But then I'm also going to mention, I'm actually going to give you a roadmap of what I want to do, and I'm going to explain why in a bit. So starting off in January, again, there wasn't really much in January that was interesting to me. We had Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I actually really did enjoy that game. There were issues with it, I'm not going to lie, there are issues with that game, but it's still a great game. So I'd say if you're a fan of Pokemon, I'd say pick it up. If you have to choose between Shining Pearl or Brilliant Diamond and Arceus, I'd say pick Arceus, even though for whatever reason you get some good stuff with Arceus if you have a save file for Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, and then also vice versa with that as well. If you have a save file with Arceus, you get to be able to catch Arceus in there as long as you have the complete Pokedex in Arceus. So yeah. And then also we had the Uncharted Legacy Thieves collection, which was just Uncharted 4 and the Legacy game, the one where you play as Chloe, which was fun. I remember playing that. I don't think I did did I do it as, no, I don't think I did as Let's Play. I think I just did as me playing it. It's still fun. February we had a lot of good games. Actually had a lot of them. Although these first few ones I'm going to talk about are ones I did not pick up. Life is Strange Remastered Collection. I see no reason to pick that up. I've already have Life is Strange, and although I like the game, I don't think it warrants me picking it up again. This is more so for people I haven't had before, which, hey, if you haven't picked it up, I'd say pick it up. I still need to go through Life is Strange 2, and then gotta play through True Colors and Before the Storm and everything. So if they decide to release another Life is Strange either this year or next year, I'll be able to play it. Dying Light 2 Stay Human also came out on the 4th. I was somewhat interested in it, but I was like, I should probably play the first game as well. But then I was like, oh, there's multiplayer stuff in it. I'm like, never mind then. So it's like, I don't mind multiplayer stuff, but don't like tie trophies and stuff to it, okay? And that's the one thing I don't like about it. Like, I somewhat go back to Avengers every now and then because I'm so close to platinum in that game, so that I never have to play it again. I just need to do the 50 hives, which I know for sure I've done at least 5 because I got that trophy before I started counting, and I think I've done almost 20 now, so I'm about either close to halfway or over halfway. So, but of course, unfortunately, that's one of those trophies that's glitched. Actually, no, I know for a damn fact that I did more than 5 before I even got the trophy, so I don't know. We'll see. Sifu came out, which looks like an interesting game. It's a game I'm very interested in playing, maybe at some point, but we'll see. We'll see. The Kingdom Fighters 15 came out. I kind of really wish I played the beta or the demo, whatever they had for it, like in January or February when that came out. Or not February, in January or December, I can't remember when they did. But I was like, oh hey, there was a thing. It's like I wanted to check it out, but I never had the time to it. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Horizon Forbidden West came out on the 18th, and I'm having a blast in that game. I'm streaming that game every Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on the other channel. If you guys want to check it out, I want to feel like we're about halfway done with the game. We're about halfway done with the game. I can definitely see us maybe finishing that up in April or early to mid-May. I could definitely see us doing that, so that's good. Monarch came out on the 22nd. This is definitely a niche game in my opinion. Like, I feel like this is a game that's probably went through under a lot of people's radars. But I played the demo, what was it, in January? Which was like, hey, play the demo, you can carry over to the main game. And it's fun. I've been enjoying it a lot, and that's another game I feel like we're getting very close to finishing. We'll probably finish up in April. Or not April, in May. Oh yeah, April. April's the next month, not May. We're getting very close to wrapping that up. Because I continued that one instead of Triangle Strategy, because I felt like Monarch was the closer of the two between those two that was going to end sooner. So I did that. So yeah, and then of course the big one that came out was Elden Ring, and I'm having a fantastic time in that game as well, which I'm streaming every Tuesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And all the streams go for roughly 3 hours, maybe a little less, or most of the time it goes more. Sometimes less if something comes up. I'd be like, oh guys, something came up, I have to end the stream early type thing. So yeah, I don't know, that could possibly get wrapped up in April as well, but we'll see. We just got done with facing another big boss. We're about to go to the Atlas Plateau, which I'm very excited for because I've heard some crazy things about that. So I'm very interested in that. I don't know, I honestly don't know, like, I guess I could probably, I am honestly curious if I really need to get all the Great Ruins for that game or not. Because it's like, as long as you get 2, you can go to the Atlas Plateau. But I guess the only way to get to the... I don't know. It's crazy. But it's a big-ass game. And I'm still enjoying the holy hell out of it. So yeah. So that was all that came out in February. Now, March also had a good release as well. Babylon's Fall came out, which is kind of hilarious how Square Enix is like, saying how Square Enix said, oh, Neil the World Ends With You and Guardians of the Galaxy fails meets expectations, and yet they want to keep giving updates for Babylon Falls. Like, did they not learn from Avengers? Now granted, yes, Avengers got better, but games as a service do not work sometimes. Look at Anthem, look at Avengers. Destiny, I don't think Destiny is a game as a service game. But even then, like, Destiny is like probably the only one that really works, if it is one. And even then it doesn't, because like when this Witch Queen came out in February or whenever that came out, a lot of people would be like, oh, it's like if Clouds will not let you do any of these other things. So you're like, if you're a new player, you're fucked type thing. So it's like, oh, because you can't do any of these low level stuff, you have to do the new stuff, which is fucking hard to do, even as current as well. So it's like, So yeah, but I digress. Triangle Strategy, I already mentioned Triangle Strategy a little bit. They had the demo as well that came out like a week or two before the initial release. And yeah, I'm having a blast in that game. I honestly can't wait to get back into that game. And I'll talk about that after we go through the next 3 months. Chocobo GP, I was actually quite interested in getting that, but then I've heard there's been issues with it, so I'm like, I don't know. So maybe it's something I will pick up at some point, but we'll see. WWE 2K 2022. I mean, I've heard it's pretty decent, but it's still jank, which is what's new. But yeah. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax came out for Switch, PC, and PlayStation 4, so pick that up. I haven't picked that up. I may or may not pick it up. We'll see. It's one of those things that I have the PlayStation 3 version of it, and I'm not really too great at fighting games, so we'll see. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins came out on the 18th, and I'm having a blast in that game. You guys have no idea. I'm so fucking in love with that game. I have a feeling we're actually getting pretty close to the end of the game too. If I'm just looking at my trophy list, and I'm doing like, I'm trying to do everything, you know, I'm doing all the main missions, of course, and I'm trying to do the side missions too. If I'm going by like the trophy, because it seems like every time we do a main story quest, we get a trophy. And if I'm going by that, there's like not that much left. I think there's like at least 8 at the most left, maybe even less than that. I don't know, I can't remember. It's been a while since I looked, so there's that. And then the 25th, there was a lot of games that came out. We had Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which Borderlands game. I've heard it's a lot more fun than some Borderlands game, but I don't know if it's a game for me type thing, so we'll see. Ghostwire Tokyo came out. I'm very excited to play that game. I mentioned this before, I'm going to mention it again. I think Ghostwire Tokyo is going to be a stream game as soon as Horizon Forbidden West is over, or if somehow Elden Ring wraps up before then. Ghostwire Tokyo will take its place. But then if Elden Ring is done, we'll probably go back to the 2 streaming day schedules on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, whenever Elden Ring is done, that's what we're going to do. And then Kirby and the Forgotten Lands also came out, and I can't wait to go into that game because Kirby is my favorite Nintendo character, my favorite Nintendo game series, and I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I'm excited to play that. So that's all the stuff that came out in March, or the first 3 months. So now let's talk about the next 3 months. Alright, starting off with April. April probably has some good stuff here. We have LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I actually wasn't planning on getting this game, but when I went to go pick up Ghostwire Tokyo and Kirby. They're like, oh hey, you have like $5 thing. What do you want to do on pre-order? It's like, well, I'm really only like pre-ordering games that's close to coming out. So I was like, well, I might as well pick up Star Wars Skywalker. I do like the Lego games. So I'm actually kind of interested to play that. So I'll play it, but it's not going to be a series or anything like that. So we'll see. Chrono Cross, the Radical Dream Edition is coming out. I've never played Chrono Cross before. I don't know if I'll get this, and if I do, I don't think it'll be a series, whether it be live streamed or a Let's Play series. It's a massive game. You get like what, 20 party members or something like that? Like what the fuck? So I don't know, and I think they all have an ending too. I don't know. I don't know I don't know the proper word for it, but it's like I don't know quite the details of Chrono Cross, but I might pick it up. Again, I don't think it'll be a series or anything like that. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is coming out for the Switch. Get this game. If you didn't get it when it was on PlayStation 4, and if you didn't have a PlayStation 4, that's totally understandable. If you have a Switch, get this game. This was the best game that came out 2020? Was it 2020 or 2021? Fuck, I can't remember. No, it had to be 2021. It had to be 2021, because if it came out in 2020, if it came out in 2020, then it came out in Game of the Year. Where was my... I honestly don't remember when it came out, but either way. Oh, it must have been 2020, because I think yeah, it was 2020, because I played it on my PlayStation 4, and I didn't play it... Yeah, it was 2020, because I had it on my PlayStation 4. Pick it up. Pick up that game. Pick it up. It's a fantastic game. It's a wonderful game. You're going to enjoy it no matter what. It's a fantastic, fantastic game. Pick it up if you didn't get it for PlayStation 4. Pick it up, get it for Switch. I hope they release it on things. I'm sure they'll release it on PC maybe later this year. Hopefully, maybe Xbox. Who knows? But pick it up. It is an amazing game. It's a fantastic game, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And then we had Nintendo Switch Sports coming out, which I find it so fucking weird that they waited 5 years to give us a Nintendo Switch Sports game. I digress. I probably won't pick it up. I wasn't that impressed when they showed it off, so. And then May. As of right now, there is nothing coming out in May that I'm gonna play. Or at least for a series. And hell, there's like nothing coming out at all that I'm gonna get. I'm only mentioning Evil Dead the game because I actually really like Evil Dead, but unfortunately Evil Dead the game being a Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th kind of game, I'm like, nope. And then Pac-Man Museum Plus, I have no idea what it is, but I'm a fan of Pac-Man. If it's just basically playing Pac-Man game, I think there was a Pac-Man Museum game for like the Game Boy Advance years and years and years ago, and I think we had that where it's like, oh hey, here's a collection of Pac-Man games. Like you had classic Pac-Man, you had Mrs. Pac-Man, and then you had like some other Pac-Man games too. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, that's all that's coming out in May. Nothing too exciting. And then June also has a small amount of games. We have Mario Strikers Battle League. I may pick that up. I actually did like Mario Strikers, although I was more a fan of Mario Baseball as well, but I'm fine with Mario Strikers. And then The Quarry. The Quarry is made by the same people that made Until Dawn, and it looks more akin to Until Dawn than the Dark Anthology Pictures games that they've been coming out with. And I'll probably pick it up. I don't know if it'll be a series or not. It's one of those things that's like, we'll see type thing. So there's that. And then we have AI, the Somnium Files, and Nirvana Initiative, which I'm very excited for that one. I actually really liked AI, the Somnium Files. I think that's my favorite visual novel type game outside of Steins Gate. I think it's Steins Gate, Steins Gate 0, they're up there, Steins Gate series. And AI, I really liked AI, the Somnium Files, so I can't wait to play the Nirvana Initiative. So that one for sure was going to be a Let's Play. No doubt about that. Then we have Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I don't know if I'll pick that up. Although I do like the Three Houses Fire Emblem games. I never played the Warriors game, which I played, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which I had a blast with. And technically Persona 5 Strikers is a Warriors game, but it's more action RPG than Warrior style. I don't know, I might pick this up. It seems like it's a different... You're going on a different timeline compared to the Three Houses timeline, where it's just like, I don't know, but we'll see. So that is all that's coming out in April, May, and June. If I do pick up Warriors 3 Hopes, I don't know if it'll be a series or not. I guess it all depends. But speaking of series, it's time for me to talk about what's happening with the channel. So, since there's barely anything coming out, there's nothing in April that would be a Let's Play. There's nothing in May that's be a Let's Play. There's nothing in May I'm getting in general. Unless, you know, something gets announced between April and in all of April. They're like, oh, here's something. I'm like, ooh, that's an interesting game. Or something, and I don't know if it'll be a series or not. But here's basically the rundown of what I plan to do in these 3 months. Oh, and I forgot to mention April as well. In April to mid to late April, I'm going to assume at the earliest April 19th. We're getting Final Fantasy XIV 6.1 patch, which is new story content. That, of course, will be a live stream, as it always is. It depends on what day it comes out. If it comes out on a Tuesday, I'm going to stream it on that Tuesday. It comes out on I don't think they've ever come out on Thursdays. If it comes out on Wednesday, I'll stream it on that Thursday. If it comes out Thursday, I'll stream it on Thursday. If it comes out that Friday, I'll stream it on that Saturday type of thing. So there's that. And then there's also, I forgot to mention this as well, the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary event is happening in April as well. I believe it's April 10th. So I don't know if there'll be a live stream of type thing or anything like that. I don't know. We'll see. If there is a thing, I'll react to it. So we'll see. And of course we have E3 coming out in May. I think it's E3 happening. I don't know if E3 is a thing happening this year. I think it's only digital only. We'll see. But of course June is always the big month of things that they'll announce more stuff, which we'll see. We'll see. And of course now, I mentioned this in the live stream. The PlayStation Spartacus stuff, PlayStation Plus changing up stuff starting in April, which I'm actually excited for. One of the games that's the free PlayStation Plus games, which is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrate, is going to be a free PlayStation Plus game, which I'll pick that up. I was actually curious about picking that up because I think the second SpongeBob, like the sequel to that game, is coming out sometime later this year. So we'll see. So yeah, they changed some of the stuff for PlayStation Plus members. They still have the basic one, then they have something else and something else as well. So I don't know about those other 2 tiers. I kind of want to see what they have to offer first before I just like, oh, I'll do that new tier list. Or is that happening in June? I can't remember if it's happening in June and April. I'd have to double check, I guess. And then, like I said, Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed till 2023, which I'm okay with because you have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming out in September. You have Bayonetta 3 coming out sometime this year. Splatoon 3. You got the Pokemon games. A lot of stuff's coming out. So, God, that's another thing too. I need to go back and play Bayonetta 1 and 2. I need to finish those games so that I'm ready for 3. I don't know if those will be series. I don't think so. And same with Bayonetta 3. I might like do a live stream of it, just to be like, hey, here's my initial thoughts type thing. But we'll see. Alright. So, since there's nothing really coming out in April or May that's going to be series, and then of course that's not until June, and that's late June for the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. Here is a rundown of what I'm going to do. So, we have Monarch, and so let's do the streaming stuff right away. Let's take care of the streaming stuff, even though I kind of already did that. As I mentioned before, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are the days I'm streaming at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesdays and Saturdays are Elden Ring. If we somehow wrap that up in April, which it could happen, I'm doing it 2 times a day, 2 times a week, for at least 3 hours. We could very well wrap up Elden Ring within April. If that wraps up, then we will go back to the Wednesday and Saturday of 2 days. Wednesdays and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Whichever one wraps up first, either Horizon Forbidden West or Elden Ring. The next stream series will be Ghostwire Tokyo, which I mentioned before. It'll be Ghostwire Tokyo. That'll be a stream series, and I can't wait to play that game. When Horizon and or Elden Ring wraps up, and I'm still in there, I think I'm just going to be live streaming Ghostwire Tokyo for a while until that's done. When that is done, I don't know quite yet if I will go straight into Dark Souls 3 or if I'll do something else first or not. We'll see. And of course, like I said, whenever an update for Final Fantasy 14 comes out, that's always going to be streamed whenever it happens. Because Final Fantasy 14 is the live stream series. Like, that is the live stream series. So, there is that. So that's all the live stream stuff news right now. So, either Elden Ring or Horizon Forbidden West, whichever one wraps up first, will be Ghostwire Tokyo. Then whenever the other one wraps up, I'll just be streaming Ghostwire Tokyo. And then we'll see what happens from there. Either Dark Souls 3, or maybe I take a break, or maybe something comes out like, ooh, this could be an interesting stream series. So we'll see. And of course, Final Fantasy 14 is always the thing. Although I don't think we'll get 6.2 later. And we might get 6.2 in like November. I'd say, see that being the earliest we'll get 6.2 for Final Fantasy 14 update. So there's the live stream stuff. Now let's go to the Let's Play series. Currently, guys, we have Final Fantasy Origins, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, and we have Monarch. We are getting very close to wrapping up both of those games. At least for sure, Monarch. And I'm just going by the trophies of Stranger of Paradise. It seems like we're getting close to that as well. And it does seem like a very short game. Like, I think someone beat it in 25 hours. So there's that. And that's only the main story stuff. And since I'm doing side stuff too, that could take a while. But I definitely for sure seeing both of those games wrapping up in April. Whichever one wraps up first, we are going to go back into Pokemon Shining Pearl. Because they got the update of Darkrai and Arceus will be happening. Arceus, I think, is already be able to happen, and you can't do the Darkrai event until, I believe, April 1st or something like that. I should double check to be sure. But either way, it's like, okay, so there you go. So I gotta make sure I get that. So that'll be two videos right there. That'll be two videos right there. As soon as that is done, because that should be done, and whatever is the next thing that wraps up, either for whatever, say like Monarch is done, and then we start Pokemon after Monarch, and then like say the first part of Pokemon, because there's going to be two videos for Pokemon, one covering Darkrai, one covering Arceus. Say like the Darkrai video comes out and we wrap up Stranger of Paradise. Whatever happens, whatever wraps up next, we will be going back into Lost Judgment to do the Kaido files, because that came out yesterday or on Monday, or not yesterday or Monday. That came out on like the last day, or like either the last Monday or the last Tuesday. Yeah, it came out on the 28th, I believe. So that was a Monday of March. That's when the Kaido files came out. We'll be going back into Lost Judgment to do the Kaido files. There's only 4 chapters. I don't know if there's side quests or if it's all just story stuff. I'm going to assume there might be some side quests in there, but we're going to go back into the Kaido files and do that. Then, when Pokemon for sure will be the next thing that wraps up after that, if I start Kaido files after, like, this is how I think it's going to happen. Mark will be the first one to finish, because I can see that being like where I'm at right now. I could see that being at least no more than 7 parts. No more than 7 parts. There's like 7 more parts left of Monarch. Then we're going to go into Pokemon. And Pokemon will be 2 parts. So that's like 8 parts right there, with like at me thinking at least 8 story parts for Final Fantasy Origin. And then of course you gotta take into consideration all the side quests that I want to do. So I definitely see that happening. And then do the Kaido files. Then for sure, Final Fantasy Origin should wrap up before Kaido Files do. As soon as that happens, we're going to go back into Triangle Strategy. Triangle Strategy, I don't think it's too far from finishing off either. I feel like we're a little more than halfway done with that. We're in Chapter 10, if I remember, or in Chapter 9. Either 9 or 10. And there's only 16 chapters. And how... I mentioned this already, so how I'm going to do Triangle Strategy is when you get within the final chapter of the game, you get to pick kind of like an ending, and you get like 3 options to pick. What I'll probably do, I'll make a master save, and then I'll do one ending, reload the save, do the other ending, reload, do the other ending. And then there's a true ending, but in order to do that, I had to do some stuff that I failed to do already. So I need to go do a New Game Plus, and I'll do all the stuff that I failed to do, and if there's anything new, like one of the things was either, I don't know if it was either 2 or 3 endings, I can't remember, but one of the things was either 2 or 3 endings, and then there's only 16 chapters. don't either do what that one guy, it was like the last scales of conviction we had was like turn him in or comply with him, and we went to turn in. What you had to do was you actually had to comply with him, but I already fucked up anyway, so it didn't matter. So that case, I'll show that as well. I'll show anything that's like new. It's like, oh, this is a new thing that we didn't show. I'll show that off. So triangle strategy, and then I'll do whatever I need to do to get to the good ending of triangle strategy right there. Definitely Kaido Files will be wrapping up before then, or before that. So then after that, we will dive into Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. And I'm seeing all this. Like, this is all like, that's going to be happening. I can definitely see us, like I said, Mark for sure will be wrapping up sometime in April. And then we'll do Pokemon, and then Kaido Files. I see finishing all those up before mid-May. And of course, Stranger of Paradise will also be wrapping up as well. And then Triangle Strategy should wrap up. I can definitely see that wrapping up at the end of May. And Kirby's not a long game. I've heard it's like an 11-hour game or something like that. Depends on how you play and such. We'll see. Kirby games are not notorious for being long. They're more so for replayability and some of the side stuff you can do. But I'll definitely be covering the majority of like the main stuff as with Kirby. Whichever wraps up first, either Kirby or Triangle Strategy. I could definitely see Triangle Strategy wrapping up, but I could also see Kirby wrapping up before then. Whichever of those wraps up first, we'll be diving into Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Because, like I said before, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming out this year, and I definitely want to play that. I wasn't able to play Xenoblade Chronicles 1 or 2 when that came out, because it came out in December, and it probably would not have made my top 10 games of that year anyway. And it came out like, what, 2017, I believe? So, yeah. It did come out 2018, I can't remember. So, there it is. That's, as far as I know, that is the layout that I'm trying to go for right now. So, we have currently Monarch. We currently have Monarch and Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Whichever one of those wraps up first, we go into Pokemon. And then whatever the next thing wraps up there, we go into Kaido Files. Whatever wraps up, we're back in Triangle Strategy. Wraps up, Kirby. Wraps up, Xenoblade. What happens after that, I don't know. I do not know. Maybe AI the Somnium Files and Nirvana Initiative could come out by then. If we're close to it, I'll probably go back into doing some Smash videos. We'll see. Or maybe another game will come out. They're like, ooh, this will be an interesting Let's Play. We'll see. Because, yeah, like I said, June, I definitely see us starting Xenoblade Chronicles mid to end of May, beginning of June. All depends on how other stuff wraps up. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the update, guys. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it. We have a lot of good stuff coming out, and I can't wait to keep playing more. And I hope maybe new games will be get announced for May and June. Like I said, only AI the Somnium Files Initiative, Nirvana Initiative is the only game that's coming out in June that I'm really interested in doing a Let's Play for. And like I said, I may do a Let's Play for Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, and maybe something with the Quarry as well. Maybe the Quarry could be a live stream series as well. We'll see. But yeah, a lot of good stuff coming out, and I can't wait to do it all for you guys. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys had a fantastic first 3 months of 2022, and I hope the year continues going on. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.